the buzz swelling as a forklift carried the humongous tuna toward the marina's official scale. Christ, was that scale even big enough? Captain Preston beamed, giving a hearty slap to the back of the groom-to-be and announcing that he'd never met a finer bunch of anglers in all his life. "You guys are the best," he said, "and you proved it today." "Rather be good than lucky," one guy shouted back. Of course, the truth would stay strictly between him and Jeff. These big city misfits had no clue what they were doing. They couldn't catch a cold, let alone a fish. Yet here they all were, basking in the relentless click, click, click of digital cameras, the crowd, the excitement, the anticipation of the weigh-in growing bigger by the second. "Tie her up good," urged Captain Steve as the tail of the tuna was wrapped with double-braided rope, the strongest on hand. On the count of 3, she was hoisted high into the air. The crowd oohed and awed appreciatively. This was some fish. 600, 700, 800 pounds. The arm of the scale shot up like a rocket. When it finally settled at a record-busting 912 pounds, the entire marina let out a tremendous roar, the bachelor party guys loudest of all. And that's when it happened. Plunk! Something very strange fell out of the tuna's mouth. 3. The mysterious stowaway landed on the dock and rolled right up to Captain Stephen Preston's knee-high black rubber boots. "What the hell is that?" someone asked from the back. "Let us in on the joke." But everyone else could see plain as day what it was, a Coke bottle, the old-fashioned kind, real glass. "That's some funny-looking bait you use, Steve," joked a captain from another boat. The crowd laughed as Steve bent and scooped up the bottle. He held it up to the bright morning sun and immediately scratched his head of curly blonde hair. There was something inside. What the hell was it? Quickly he removed the makeshift seal of a small plastic bag held tight by a knot made of vines. This was getting stranger by the minute. With 2 shakes, he was able to reach the edge of the contents with his pinky. He pulled it out. It wasn't paper, more like some kind of fabric, and there was writing on it. "What's it say?" asked Jeffrey. The entire dock was silent as Steve Preston read the note to himself. The words were written in a deep crimson color, smudged but still legible. Could that be blood? He was wondering now. And whose blood is it? "Come on, what's it say?" asked Jeffrey again. "You're killing us with suspense." Captain Steve slowly turned the note so that those around him could see for themselves. The collective gasp that followed was instantaneous. "That family! They're alive!" he managed. "The Dunn family!" In a flash, a vacationing reporter from the Washington Post reached for his cell phone to call his newsroom. He was back on the job. Meanwhile, Captain Stephen Preston just stood before the crowd and smiled. All he could think about was how the note in the bottle ended, the part about the reward. The $sign, the number 1, and all those amazingly beautiful zeros after it. "Jeff," he said slowly, "this tuna's worth a hell of a lot more than we thought."
Part 1. The Family Undone. Chapter 1. I'm crazy, right? I mean, I have to be absolutely certifiably mad to take this trip. This sailboat extravaganza with my family. And Jake. I've had this same thought for weeks. But today is the first time I'm saying it out loud. Screaming it, actually, at the top of my lungs. Thankfully, Mona's Upper West Side office used to be a recording studio for a talk show host. The walls are soundproof, or so Mona tells me. The way I'm acting, they should also be padded. "No, you're not crazy," says Mona, being her usual calm self. On the other hand, are you biting off more than you can chew?